Namaste and welcome to Utsaha Learning Center Second Public Speaking Contest 2018. I am Shirley Limbu, the anchor of the competition. Firstly, I would like to announce the topic of today's competition round for English category. Nepal is rich but poorly managed country. Now I would like to welcome our panel of judges. First of all, we have Anupa Shrestha. She is the first female music video director. She has worked in Image Group of companies for 21 years. Now, I would like to call our next judge. He is Anil Shrestha. He is Associate Professor of Kathmandu School of Law. He is also Managing Director, Advocate and Associates Private Limited. Now, I would like to call Prashant Singh. She is the third judge of our competition. She is communication and legal professional specializing in research and policy review. I would also like to welcome participating schools. First we have Gazarmukhi School, Mahamanjashri School, Wilson Academy, Kathmandu Valley School, and Future Star School. Participants in this category will put their fourth views on the topic. The buzzer will ring first at 2.5 minutes and then at 3 minutes. Participants are urged to complete their views on time. Our first participant is Anuma Subedi, studying in grade 9 from Kathmandu Valley School, Chhauni.
Nepal. It's such a pleasing word, isn't it? Not only is it a pleasing word, but it is a pleasing country to live in as well. Nepal has everything ranging from cultural diversity, biodiversity, and abundant natural resources. As Nepal lies in the lap of mountain, it has the tallest mountains of the world, beautiful plain fertile land, and amazing natural resources that we all love. Even though Nepal is so rich not in nature, it is also rich in culture and history. The architecture, the art, the statues, everything related to our history is very beautiful and properly preserved over here. And we all are grateful for it. Even though with all of this, Nepal is still lacking something, and that is proper development. The main cause of this lack of proper development is the lack of proper management, which is caused by political instability. Our leaders are changing frequently over and over again, resulting in the lack of consistent long-term strategies. This is leading our country to face problems. We are not being able to use our natural resources and other resources properly. We all know Israel. For Israel, the government is very properly managed. Even though it is smaller in land than Nepal, it is way above Nepal in the sector of development. Do you know why? Because the government of Israel is very determined and has long-term strategies. Likewise, Nepal also lacks way too much infrastructures. Do you know Nepal has the capacity to generate about 83,000 megawatts of electricity? That's not less, that is way much. If we're able to generate that much amount of electricity, then imagine how much Nepal would develop. Nepal would be developing in the sector of economy and other sectors. If Nepal was able to generate such amount of electricity, then it would have been able to sell that electricity to other countries in exchange of economy. Likewise, everyone in Nepal could have access to electricity, which may help in the development. Now, Mahabir Pun, we all know Mahabir Pun. One person with less resources, he was able to bring the technology of wireless internet in remote areas of Nepal. If one person can do that, what about the remaining 30 million people of Nepal? If we all put our hand in hand and work together for the development of our country, then I promise you that our country will be the best it has ever been, and it will have a lot of it will reach its potential of the development, and we will be known as the citizens of a very developed country. By saying this, I like to end my speech. Thank you.
Now I would like to call our next participant. He is Isa Kochami from Wilson Academy.
Nepal, a land of stunning beauty. It is home to 8 of the world's 14 highest peaks, including Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the earth. Nepal's statistics prove immense promise. With a hydropower potential of 83,000 megawatts, it should thrive, yet it struggles to meet its own energy demands. Fertile lands promise abundant agriculture and tourism with its trekking, mountaineering, and cultural allures. It is a revenue gold mine, yet it is being held back by poor management and corruption. According to the World Bank, Nepal's economic growth has been erratic, mainly stemming from corruption and mismanagement. In education and healthcare, funding is lacking and skilled professionals are scarce. The Nepal's literacy rate is below 70%. In infrastructure, it is very lagging behind, affecting roads, airports, and several energy distribution networks. And environmental issues persist with deforestation, soil erosion, and a lot of pollution, which tarnish its beauty. And it is also creating a huge impact on the tourism industry. But there is hope for Nepal. To unlock its full potential, we must ensure political stability, invest in agriculture, tourism, and infrastructure, empower education and skill development programs, and root out corruption. So, my friends, Nepal is not a poor country. It is a rich country, but it is very poorly managed. Together, we can work together and turn this nation from a poorly managed country into a prosperous one. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Isaka Chami, for your views. Now I would like to call Kushal Gautam from grade 10, studying in Future Star School.
Nepal. Nepal is a very beautiful and small country. It lies in the Asia continent. Nepal is rich in its cultural diversity, natural aspects, and many more resources. Nepal is rich in all types of aspects available in Nepal. Nepal is a beautiful country and have its own different cultural and religion aspects. Nepal is rich in different types of resources like water resources, different types of mine resources, but also development work is not being done in Nepal. There are various problems which are taking place due to this. Some are bad politics taking place in Nepal. Bad politics, no participation of peoples in developmental work, and unmanaged plans. The main cause is politics. The politics of Nepal is not managed. The people of governmental posts are not getting idea about the development work which will be done in Nepal. Another is unmanaged plans and policies. The peoples of Nepal are not so much educated, so they are not doing good development work through their plans and policies. Another one is no participation of peoples of Nepal not participating in the developmental work of Nepal. They are only participating in they are only doing their personal works and living their life. Nepal is rich in its natural resources. There can be the good chance of tourism. Nepal is also known as an agricultural country, but also the agriculture in Nepal is not being not so much developed. This is because of the corruption and not concentration of the government towards the agriculture sector and other more. Nepal is rich, but it can be being developed nicely. Nepal is famous all over the world because its beauty and rich in various aspects, but also now it is being the reputation of Nepal is being decreased due to its unmanaged development. In Nepal, different tourists came from which we can have good economic status, status and develop our country. But this is not being happened. Concluding this, I would like to say that Nepal is rich country, but also it is not being managed due to various aspects. Thank you.
Thank you, Kushal Gautam. Now I would like to call Meghana Adhikari from grade 9, studying in Gazarmukhi School.
Nepal is a country full with natural resources, water resources and cultural heritages. There are many species found in our country. Among top 10 highest peaks of the world, top 8 highest peaks are found in our country, Nepal, including Empty Everest Sagarmatha. As we all know that more than 6,000 rivers and lakes are found in our country. We can produce 83,000 megawatt electricity through that rivers and lakes. But our country is producing only 3,000 megawatt. Then how can our country be developed? As we all know, Nepal is known as an agricultural country.
Nepal has we all used to feel proud by saying that Nepal is an agriculture country. But by seeing the development process of agriculture field, I am feeling shameless to know that Nepal is an agriculture country, because there is not any development. Only 66% of people are involved in agriculture. Then how can our agriculture be developed, and how can our country be the economically rich? Let me say an example. Our government doesn't used to give proper fertilizer, proper amount of money to the farmers. In the field where we can grow crops and we can do development, in that field they are doing plotting and they are just leaving it. These are the simple problems, but the main problem of our country is corruption. Every political leaders doesn't think about the development of the country. They only say corruption, corruption, corruption. Why they need corruption? They are winning the election for the development of the country, not for the corruption. They don't think about it. Before the day of election, the person who want to win the election, they used to say come to people and they used to give money. And people know that the political leader will not do nice after winning the election, but also by seeing that money, they used to vote them. And this is the way of, this is the system of the corruption. In this way, can our country be developed? Let's talk about industrialization. Industrialization, in the time of King has started a big industry. And when Republic entered in Nepal, the industry was sold by saying that it gone in loss. When the industry was going in profit in the time of rich, how it gone in loss? We all know it was being corruption. Due to corruption, that gone in loss. Otherwise, how it wouldn't go? Everyone can think it. Here are 125 castes. Everyone in the world can say that Nepal is a beautiful, multi-religious, multi-ethnic. Tourism sector. If we can develop tourism sector so properly, tourists used to come in our country. They will look our natural beauty and they would also give, we can earn foreign currency from that. So, by saying this, I want to say that we should manage our country properly and we should make our country developed country from developing country. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghan Adhikari. Now I would like to call Prakriti Kesi from grade 9 studying in Mahamanjushri School.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. Today, the topic I have in my hand is immense of importance. It is the fact that Nepal is a land of diverse cultures and traditions and ancient heritage. Nepal is nestled amidst the majestic Himalayas, and not only the physical beauty, the people here are a real gem. Nepal consists of immense natural wealth, but what causes Nepal to be so backwarded? It's because of the webs of mismanagement. I was filled with sad and agony when I researched about the topic of the inconsistent bureaucracy and policies and corruptions, and also the lack of good governance. Nepal lags behind. Nepal lies in 110th position in the corruption index because of the webs of mismanagement, and same goes with the pollution index. And most importantly, education system in our country struggles with underfunding and lack of resources. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakriti Kesi. Now I would like to call Prabhat Tulachan from grade 10 studying in Mahamanjushri School.
So Nepal, when I say the word Nepal, what do you remember? Most of the people, we know that Nepal is the country where the Mount Everest is located. It is the country where where Gautam Buddha and Sita was born. So Nepal is a very rich country. It's very rich in biodiversity, cultural diversity, and lots of things. But Nepal, though Nepal is a rich country, why hasn't it developed it? In matter of fact, Nepal is one of the least developed country in the world. I mean, if Nepal is so rich, why is it called one of the least developed country in the world? So why Nepal hasn't developed? Why Nepal is rich but it is not developed yet? It is all due to the poor management. So if we look at the history of Nepal, so we have since the the country has 7 constitutions. I mean, can you believe it? We have changed the constitutions 7 times, and still yet we are the one of the least developed country in the world. So what's the reason behind it? It's all corruption, and it's all corruption. So we people, we citizens, we have the right to vote. We have the right to vote to the political parties, so they can rule the country. So we are selecting the wrong. We have been selecting wrong political parties. That's why Nepal hasn't developed it. It is poorly managed. Nepal has lots of potential to be developed. So Nepal has the potential of generating 83,000 megawatts of hydropower, but still we haven't used it properly. So what's the reason behind it? It's all corruption. And if we want to end Nepal, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhat Tulachan. Now I would like to call last but not the least participant from Gazarmukhi School. He is Pukar Budathoki from grade 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, the topic that I am going to present is really important for the citizens of Nepal. The topic is Nepal is not a rich country, but it's a rich country but poorly managed. Can we say Nepal is a poor country? In our entire life, I will never think that Nepal is a poor country. I can say it is poorly managed due to its corruption and political instability. I will never say that it is poor. We have more than 6,000 water bodies in our country, and we are calling it poor. Can we all say? I have a question towards you. The country with the highest mountain and the peak is called poor. Does anybody have any fact to prove that it is a poor country? No. Nobody in this world can have a fact to tell that it is a poor country. Not only its nature, its culture and its history, it is already rich. And our rich history, culture and everything makes us really proud. Nepal is called an agricultural country. But can we be proud to say that Nepal is an agricultural country? When most of the food that we eat are brought from India, how should we be proud to say that Nepal is an agricultural country? We should change this system. We should change this system to make this agricultural country a proper agricultural country. Let's talk about our political system. Our political system is really poorly managed. Its major causes are corruption and political instability. The main time that decided by our constitution for a prime minister is 5 years. But anybody here can tell me from 2008 to till this time, anybody has took the time of 5 years? No. We cannot tell anybody that has taken the time of 5 years. Let's take the example of 2015 to 2018. From 2015 to 2016, we have our prime minister as KP Sharma Oli. From 2016 to 2017, we have our prime minister as Pushpa Kamal Dahal. And from 2017 to 2018, we have the prime minister as Mr. Sher Bahadur Deuba. So anybody in here has lasted till 5 years? No, they only lasted for 1 year. So can we say that our country's political system is stable? Another topic is corruption. The main problem of our country is corruption. We should change the system, and all the citizens of this country should work together and make this change the system, and let's live the world a tribe, a country with rich nature and rich political system. Let's change this political system and change our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Pukar Budathoki, and thank you all for your participation. We were able to get interesting views and opinions. For participants, we have some refreshment. Now, I would like to get some comments from the judges.
I'd like to congratulate all of you because you have come here, you have tried, and you have done your best. And I'd like to let you know that sometimes even big anchors or the great speaker might forget. So it's nothing. If you have forgotten things, you have recalled, practice, never mind. You can do it again. This is a learning lesson for you. And one more thing, sometimes people have camera fear or the fear of light or the fear of mic. You can do that without camera, without mic, and without light, but when it comes in front of you, might get fear of that. So slowly, by practice, you can reduce that. This is for all of you. Now, I would like to add few more things so that you can correct it during your next round or during other kind of speech program or debate or public speaking programs. Regarding the content, you have, all of you have included same things, but there might be few other things in which Nepal is very, very rich. So you have to research a bit more for the content. And regarding the language and the fluency, most of you are very good at it, and if you have to practice a bit more, it will come by the time if you keep on practicing. Altogether, you all have done very good, and just practice in your oral communication, then a bit work hard in your content, and the rest things are good. Thank you.
Well, congratulations and thank you all for your very active participations. I'm glad that you all were enthusiastic and you try your level hard so that you could speak and you could prove that you are well prepared to present in the content that has been provided to you. All of you are much more focused about the natural and cultural beauty of Nepal, and most of you raised that one of the biggest problem of Nepal is corruption, right? So might be corruption is consequences. Whenever we are talking about management, mostly all of you participants were focused on the political leaders or the political management. But it's not always that political management will be working. We shall have developed in each and every area. I mean, not only mere management in politics will work out to make our country rich. So we shall be equally working on other aspects, that may be social aspect, that may be cultural aspect, economical aspect, and many other things. So we also need to manage our agriculture. We also need to manage our business, trade, commerce, import, export. If you have focused something more on that, as rightly mentioned by Anupaji, that you should be researching a lot, because whenever you stand to give speech, you shall be prepared about everything, about your etiquette, about your dress up, about how you speak something, how you utter something, and more importantly, it shall be focused much more on the content, right? So I see you people need to enrich your content, and that's how you will grow yourself. So you people are future leaders, since you are going to command in each and every field, right? So you are not only the representative of few schools, but you are representative of your generation. In that context, the responsibility lies in your soldier. So get prepared and wish you all the best.
You all are participants of public speaking competition. So the very word public means that it's something that you participate in to connect with public, and to connect with public, you speak on a designated topic, and then you bring in points that the public can relate to. So it's basically about connecting with public, convincing the public with your points or your opinion. And what I observed that most of the examples that you gave were like very similar. For example, Mount Everest, Gautam Buddha, corruption, very good. Those are fairly the right topics, the right elements. But I was expecting something unique, you know. It could have been simple. It doesn't have to be always about statistics, you know, data, everything. Sometimes you can speak in a layman's language and yet connect to public, you know. Sometimes you can bring in a very personal example. something that you have faced as a person, and that can be very convincing to public instead of just the statistics and data. So how to stand out, how to appeal to public, how to present unique points. I think if you take care of these things in future, I see a lot of potential in all of you, and in terms of language and fluency, I think all of you have done a really good job. But when it comes to content, I think I would like to see more in that, and for that, I encourage you to read as much as you can and as many topics that are available under the sun. And overall, very happy that you all participated, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. If you have any queries, then please contact us. Namaste.